A woman in Florida is suing Hershey's for $5 million, alleging false representation on its packaging. She complains that the packaging depicts these jack-o'-lanterns with carvings out of the chocolate to make them look like actual jack-o'-lanterns, when in fact they come out of the packaging looking like this. This is the actual filing, the actual complaint in the United States District Court in the Middle District of Florida. She complains that everybody who bought one of these would have believed that they came out of the packaging pre-carved, as they do shown here. But being the lawyer about it a little bit, they actually say peanut butter pumpkins, not peanut butter pre-carved jack-o'-lanterns. Now, whenever you buy a product, it is obviously shown on the packaging in some form or another that you might consume it, pre-prepared or decorated or accompanied by other trimmings and things like that. So I personally think this is a little bit ridiculous. Not just the fact that she's suing them, but for $5 million. But it's not just this one that's shown here. It's all of them that have any kind of carving shown out of here. Now, I did have a good look before doing this video for any of the rear of the packaging that might have some small disclaimer or something along the lines of just a recommended serving or serving suggestion or an asterisk to say this is not actually what they look like, they aren't pre-carved, it's just a representation or something like that. But I couldn't find one. Maybe if somebody watching has one, they can photograph it and send it to me at the email and the address below. But again, she complains that this one here is depicted as a ghost with eyes and a mouth carved out, when in fact it doesn't, and it comes out of the packet looking like this. Likewise, the bats are shown to have eyes when in fact they don't. There is small writing here right in the middle, but I can't read it, and up on the top right-hand side. Again, I've tried to find an enlarged image, but this is the largest one I could find. Without going into a shop, which I haven't done as yet, which I might well go and do now that I'm doing this video to go and have a look. Again, they come out of the packaging without such carved eyes. Now, there are quite a few different videos, apparently, showing complaints that these don't actually look like they do on the packaging. But this reminds me of that Pepsi Where's My Jet documentary, where somebody sued Pepsi because their advertising showed that you might get a real jet, a Harrier jump jet, if you collected enough points. Now, that case went on for years, in fact, and became known as the Leonard and PepsiCo case. And it was eventually transferred to the federal court in Manhattan in the Southern District of New York. And ultimately, in 1999, Judge Kimber Wood ruled in favor of PepsiCo with the argument that no objective person could reasonably have concluded that the commercial actually offered consumers a Harrier jet. Now, these are no Harrier jets. These are chocolate bars. They're quite different. But just like any other food or consumable product, they are depicted on the packaging in some different form or another. One might argue that people might genuinely believe that this is how they come out of the packaging. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is one that could potentially go either way. But personally, my opinion is that I think this is just a little bit far-fetched and a little bit ridiculous. If I were to buy that product, I wouldn't believe that it comes out pre-carved like that. Some of the other packaging, which is highlighted in this complaint, show that these do not have the eyes or anything else depicted on the chocolate. So drawing that comparison, some people might draw these two in comparison and say that the latter ones with the eyes carved out depicted on the packaging should be how they come out of the packaging. But again, as I say, this is quite a subjective test, which is presumably why they've demanded a jury trial in this case, as I say, for the amount of $5 million. It says here, the matter in controversy exceeds the sum or value of $5 million, exclusive of interest and costs, and this is a class action in which a number of members of the proposed class is not less than 100. So, in other words, they're saying everybody that's ever bought one of these might well be part of this claim. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Would you have believed that they come out of the packaging looking like this? Or do you think that it's just an illustration and it would be a little bit far-fetched to think that they actually come out pre-carved? Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.